Hey, everybody. Hope you are doing well. I am still a little under the weather, so please forgive the gravelly voice. Um, Today, we're going to hit one of my favorite vocal songs. The harmonies in this song are so beautiful that it has stuck with me ever since the first time I heard it back in 1982. Um, Crosby, Stills, and Nash have been known for their vocal harmonies, and I don't know if there's another song that displays it as well as this one. The subject of the song is also absolutely beautiful, but for me, this song holds a very special place because this was one of my sisters, my late sister Barbara's favorite CSN songs. And so every time I hear it, I think of her. And so, rest in peace to my sister. Today we're going to do two versions of it, actually. I want to play the studio version and the full studio version, not the version that I always see people do with the video. That video version always bothers me. It's about a minute shorter, all cut and edited together for time constraints for MTV, and it misses out about a minute of a beautiful song, and it just drives me crazy when artists and record labels and MTV forced that situation to happen. So we're going to listen to the full 4-minute and 41-second version of it, but then I want to play the live version as well, because it's always amazing to me how well a group, especially a group like Crosby, Stills, and Nash, could perform a song equally well live as they were able to master it in the studio. So without further ado, here is the studio version of Southern Cross by Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Town on a boat going to Southern Islands, sailing to reach before a following sea. She was making for the trades on the outside and the downhill run to Papa Ete. Off the wind on this heading line, the Marquesas. Got 80 feet of a water line, nicely making way in a noisy bar in Avalon. I tried to call you, but on a midnight watch I realized why twice you ran away. Think about how many times I had fallen. Spirits are using me, larger voices calling. What heaven brought you and me cannot be forgotten. I have been around the world, looking for that woman girl who knows love can endure, and you know it will. When you see the Southern Cross for the first time, you understand now why you came this way. 'Cause the truth you might be running from is so small, but it's as big as the promise of a coming day. So I'm sailing for tomorrow, my dreams are a-dying, and my love is an anchor tied to you, tied with a silver chain. I have my ship and all her flags are a-flying. She is all that I have left, and music is her name. Think about how many times I have fallen. Spirits are used tested, and we never failed to fail. It was the easiest thing to do. You will survive being bested. Somebody fine will come along, make me forget about loving you. In the Southern Cross,
like I said, I don't know if vocal harmonies have ever been put together more beautifully than that. It is such a beautiful, beautiful song. And I love to play a game with myself when it comes to Crosby, Stills, and Nash, in that I can always really clearly hear Graham Nash in his vocal range, and Stephen Still's vocal range is always, right there front and center. But I love to play a game trying to find where David Crosby is singing. He had such a unique voice and such a prolific way of putting that voice in between the two, Nash and Still's voices. And he would not play he would not sing a simple interval. His vocal in between the two would range quite widely. And it's always such an interesting, kind of thing to try to find. Where's David singing? Where is David singing? Where is David singing? And, try doing that yourself. Try just listening to a CSN or CSNY song and pick out just David Crosby's voice. It's not as easy as you think it would be. With that said, let's hear them recreate that song in a live setting. Now, the audio isn't quite as good as the studio version. Obviously, it's a late 80s, early 90s live performance of the song, but it still highlights the magnificence of the band in a live setting.
Here's a song by Stephen and the Curtis brothers, Richard and Michael. Great song you wrote here.
got out of town on a boat on the Southern Arctic, sailing a reach before the following sea. She was making for the trade on the outside, and the downhill road to Papeete. Off the wind on this heading line of Marquesa, you got 80 feet of a water line, nicely making way in a noisy bar in Avalon. I tried to call you on a midnight watch. I realized why twice you ran away. Come on, think about how many times I have fallen. The spirits are using me, Lord, your voice is calling. What heaven brought you and me cannot be forgotten. I have been around the world, looking for that woman girl. Love getting low, and you know it will. Yeah. When you see the Southern Cross for the first time, you understand now why you came this way. 'Cause the truth you might be running from is so small, but it's as big as the promise of a coming day. So I'm sailing for tomorrow, my dreams are dying, and my love is an anchor my ship, and all her flags are a-flying. She might be all that I have left, and music is her name. Think about how many times I have fallen. Spirits are using me, larger voices calling. What heaven brought you and me cannot be forgotten. I have been around the world, looking for that woman girl who knows love can endure. And you know it will, yeah. And you know it will. So we cheated and we lied and we tested and we never failed to fail. It was the easiest thing to do. You will survive being bested. Somebody fine will come along, make me forget about loving you. In the Southern Cross, in the Southern Cross. Hey. Thank you.
Now, the tempo on that live version is a little faster, and I love how in that second section, then the next section after the guitar solo, when they come back in for the ending verse, how they change the feel up a little bit. It's got a little bit more of a Caribbean feel to it. This is just wonderful. It's highlighted by the bass part, and there's a difference in the way the drum shuffles. There's another part in there where you can see, if you're watching the video, there's a little bit of a close-up of David Crosby. And in that clip, in that little spot there, you can see him cup his ear. He's doing that to make sure he's in the harmony, if he's right. Just a little subtle nuance, but it's the way that an artist perfects their craft. They want to hear, and obviously in music, hearing is everything. So, with that said, I'm going to leave this right here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the comparison between how well, obviously, the studio recording was and the live video was. With that said, I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we can talk about it further. Take care.